Joining me now is the town of Cobourg Mayor John Henderson. And Mayor Henderson, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know that you were hoping to maybe get some time off this Christmas season, but with the fast moving variant of Omicron coming across the province and the world right now, the town has taken some measures as to keep the safety of all individuals, residents of the town of Cobourg on the forefront. What is the latest when it comes to the town of Cobourg on closures, activities that might have been planned that are now canceled? What's the latest that you can give us at 1 p.m. on Monday, December the 20th?
Well, Mark, I'll certainly do that. But first, I'd like to thank Dr. Bocking for her quick, proactive actions. People should know that we have an MOU agreement with the Health Board. And Dr. Bocking notified me with the CEO on Friday evening that she was going to request strongly additional space at a CCC center to comply with the provincial request, basically to get jabs back in arms, especially for what we call the third booster, or for those who may not have had their first or second vaccination. As a result of that MOU and request, we put a press release out, and we knew at that point we would have to start to move rapidly towards Monday to expand the gymnasium to the full gymnasium with the meeting rooms inclusive, as well as the seniors room. And as a result, notification went out immediately to those groups using the center that those programs would be canceled effective immediately. In terms of the ice surface and the other dressing rooms, it's our understanding under provincial mandate that anything that holds a space greater than 1,000 participants, we can have at 50%. However, the qualifier is you have to abide by all health protocols, which people are very used to doing, showing identification as you enter, but more importantly, you're not allowed to run any concessions or have food or drink brought into any building. As a result of that, I just learned for tonight, the Cobourg Cougar game was canceled, as was the event to retire the 3 sweaters from our 3 former Cobourg Cougar players. So in terms, the focus I would say to you, certainly right now at CCC, is on getting jabs into arms. And if people can register accordingly on the provincial booking site, then the idea is hopefully you will get a spot in December, if not certainly through January. At this point, we expect that site will be used through December and January into February. With that being said, we now have closed down all other sites, municipal sites in the town effective today. Where possible, we are still allowing citizens to contact us by phone, by email, to set up appointments, through Zoom meetings, to really try and attempt to do the business of the municipality. We're also trying to take care of our staff. We realize certain staff have to be in the forefront of jobs and responsibilities, but those who are able to work from home and can still do their jobs, we want them working from home, per the directive from the Ontario Medical Chief Officer of Health, who is encouraging everybody to stay in a small space, hopefully within the home front. So in this regard, I would say, sadly, reminds me almost of March 17th of almost 2 years ago. This is the kind of latitude decisions that were made March 17th, almost 2 years ago. And we've made the same decisions now to deal with the Omicron and the variant and the escalating numbers.
So, John, I know that the town also had, we spoke earlier this month about the town hosting the mayor's levy as well. And obviously the night before having the first night as well, the town was planning. What is the status of both of those activities?
Well, sadly, you can imagine how excited I get when I'm speaking about the mayor's levy. We were planning, we set it up for the regular date of January 1st at 2 p.m. We sent out an Eventbrite registration system. We had everything a green light. And as you can imagine, with what's taken place, we have now canceled the mayor's levy. I'll have to find another way to do it virtually in the new year with the public and share the resounding great news that we have for the community. We also had to cancel the mayor's skate on December the 28th. And similarly, we had to cancel first night. So anything associated with the town at this current time, I can tell you, has been canceled. I want to give a special thanks to Paul Storms. I know he worked behind the scenes. I think they sold over 200 tickets for the concert that was to take place this past Sunday. And that too was canceled. And the reason these are canceled is to err on caution, to be proactive until we can ensure we can get that third booster to members of our community. And of course, we also know the strain on schools. I mean, right now, we're not sure what's happening in schools, but we'll hear more about that in the new year. And of course, with businesses are now affected, many businesses and spots are being reduced to 50% capacity of floor space, following all rules and regulations. And of course, many of them have minimized hours. I know in restaurants, I believe they can't serve alcohol beyond 10 o'clock at night and have to be closed by, I believe, around 11. We have to ensure that if you're sitting or going to these events, you're sitting other than perhaps use of washrooms. And so there are restrictions. Right now, the main restriction for internal social meetings, it's gone from 25 individuals down to 10. And if you're outdoors, it's gone from 100 to 25. The only exception that I'm learning about, if it's for a ceremony dealing with weddings, a lost one who's lost their life through a funeral, they are getting some exceptions, but at this point, I think they're about the only group at this point in time.
John, talking about the health unit going to be using the CCC once more to get jabs in the arm, how quickly can they ramp back up once again? Because we did see the max vaccination clinic on the floor. I know we're looking at something a little different this time, but how quickly can they ramp back up again once more?
Well, you can imagine how busy our weekend's been. As part of Tracy Vaughn, I'd like to thank her and the Town Emergency Response Group. We've been meeting diligently since we knew this news was coming forward on Friday. I can tell you they're already set up at the CCC as of today. They're going to go full force during the day. And again, in the evening, I believe their evening time, they're going to try to end by around 8 p.m., close it off by 9 because they have to clean, document, so on and so forth. And this will run 7 days a week. So again, that's a great compliment to the Northumberland County, the Halliburton, Kawartha, Pine Ridge District Health Unit, Dr. Bocking, the Ontario Health Team, the emergency players, the EMS, the fire, the Cobourg Police Service, our own emergency control group. We've been meeting consistently since Friday, and I can tell you it's already operating. So that shows you the speed within our community. We've been through this, and it's just a matter of making the right contacts, the right calls for the betterment of the community. And the message is, let's get this done. So the message is that we're hoping to move from traditionally, if you remember before, we're trying to do 300 to 400 jabs in the arm. And our goal right now, I believe we're aiming for 1,000 per day. So we have the site now, we have the people, we have the expertise. I want to thank also Rotary Orange and Purple team, but the Army of Volunteers, everybody is doing what they need to do. And we've learned some valuable lessons on the way, which I believe serve our community exceptionally well. We were prepared to move that quickly. And I think it's a testament to our volunteers and our healthcare workers in Cobourg.
John, at this time, is the town looking or thinking of any other restrictions or putting in any other measures that are above and beyond what the province has announced?
Well, at this point, I believe we're very satisfied. We moved very quickly with the speed of light to align with the request from Dr. Bocking, our Chief Medical Officer of Health. We're also aligned with the request from the Premier and Dr. Karen Moore, the Ontario Medical Chief Officer of Health. So at this point, I'm satisfied that we've met the test at this point in time, but you and I both know it only takes something to go left and right within 24 hours. And my answer is stay tuned, because that means we'll be moving our team throughout Christmas to make more press releases to the public. And we're trying to do that, please understand, with the most accurate information that we have at hand, because this situation, as anything in COVID, is ever evolving. I told you before, it's like being on a roller coaster, right? You never know if you're going to go to straightaway or a loop or an upside down moment. It's yeah, just keeps you on your toes.
John, thanks very much for taking time out. Hopefully you get some time to be able to spend with the family. Have a good Christmas and New Year, and we'll catch up, hopefully not before the New Year, and we're able to continue on the way we are.
And thank you, Mark, and all the best to you and your team, because I know anytime I've made a call out or you've made a call, we've always been compatible in terms of trying to do the right message at the right time. Obviously, I'll make myself available. I'm not going anywhere over Christmas for obvious reasons. So stay tuned, and I hope you have a wonderful time with your family.